Welcome to Factopia. Today we're diving into some of the strangest, funniest, and honestly most questionable jobs from history, careers so bizarre that you'll be grateful for your boring office chair and your overly enthusiastic HR department. These jobs vanished long ago, and trust me, you're about to understand why. So sit back, relax, and let's travel to a time when people really said, yes, I'd love to carry a king on my back for 12 hours straight, or sure, I can totally sniff your food to make sure it's not poisoned. Let's get started. First up, 1. The knocker-up. Long before alarm clocks existed, people in Britain and Ireland had a job whose entire purpose was waking people up. Yes, someone was paid to tap on your window with a long stick until you opened your eyes. Imagine paying someone just to poke your window while you're snoring. Some knocker-ups used pea shooters, others used bamboo sticks, and the best part? Nobody knows who woke them up. Maybe a chain of knocker-ups? A knocker-up supervisor? We may never know. Next, 2. The leech collector. Medieval medicine. If you were sick, the solution was simple. Remove half your blood, and for that, you needed leeches. So, brave souls, usually poor women, would walk into muddy, swampy waters and let leeches attach themselves to their legs and then peel them off to sell to doctors. Yes, people were literally getting paid to be eaten alive by worms. If you think your job sucks, at least it's not blood-sucking worms clinging to your calves. Moving on to 3. The human alarm clock. Different from the knocker-up, this job existed in some factories where workers had to stay awake during long shifts. A human alarm clock walked around shaking people who were dozing off. So basically, the entire job was professional annoyance. Imagine hiring someone whose main responsibility is yelling, "Hey! Wake up!" every time you blink too slowly. Now let's talk food safety, ancient style. Next, 4. The royal food taster. Being close to the king had its perks, unless you were the one checking for poison. These brave, or extremely unlucky workers tasted every meal before the king touched it. If the taster got sick, well, you can guess the rest. It was simultaneously the most trusted and least desirable job in history. Imagine telling your family, "I work for the king," and then quietly adding, "and hope to survive dinner." Next strange job. 5. The rat catcher. Before modern pest control, rat catchers roamed cities armed with sacks, sticks, and sometimes trained dogs. Their mission? Catch rats to prevent disease. They became so good at it that some even bred rats on purpose because more rats meant more work. Picture a job where you accidentally let a few rats escape so you can invoice the city again tomorrow. Brilliant and terrifying. Here's a dirty one. 6. The gong farmer. Tired of your job? Well, at least you're not a gong farmer. In medieval England, gong farmers cleaned out the sewage pits beneath toilets, sometimes waist-deep in human waste. Yes, waist-deep. They worked only at night so their smell wouldn't ruin everyone's day, and they got paid well, probably because absolutely no one else wanted the job. Employees today complain about office chairs. Imagine clocking into that shift. Next, 7. The lamplighter. Before electricity, someone had to walk through every city street at sunset lighting gas lamps and then walk around again at sunrise to put them out. The job sounded magical, walking around with a long pole lighting lamps, but it required hours of walking every day, rain or shine, and occasionally getting chased by angry cats who liked the warm posts. Let's talk fashion. Next strange job. 8. The powder monkey. On old warships, the powder monkey was usually a small boy, sometimes as young as 10, whose job was running gunpowder from below deck to the cannons during battle. Sounds harmless, until you realize these kids sprinted through explosions carrying barrels of highly flammable powder. Today we complain when internet is slow. Imagine complaining about cannon fire blowing your eyebrows off. Another flashy job. 9. The sin eater. Yes, this was a real job. In some parts of Europe, families hired a sin eater to come to funerals, place bread on the chest of the deceased and eat it, symbolically consuming their sins so the dead could rest peacefully. Imagine showing up at a funeral and being told, "Hey, eat this bread. It's full of Uncle Gerald's sins." No wonder the job didn't last. Finally. 10. The lector. In cigar factories in Cuba and the US, workers hired a lector to read aloud newspapers, novels, and political speeches while they rolled cigars. It was basically the first podcast, except the host was standing over your shoulder, yelling plot twists. Eventually machines replaced human readers, but imagine the power these guys had. read too slowly, and workers get bored, read too fast, and someone rolls cigars the size of baseball bats. And before we end, here's a bonus odd job. The switchboard operator. While not as ancient, these workers manually connected phone calls by plugging in cables. They were the original internet routers, except human and surprisingly sassy. If you annoyed them, let's just say your call might accidentally drop. These jobs remind us how strange, creative, and sometimes downright dangerous human work used to be. It makes you appreciate your current job, even if your boss sends too many emails. Thanks for watching Factopia. If you enjoyed this dive into historical weirdness, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Your support truly helps us bring more amazing content about our world's strange and fascinating history. See you in the next video.